Travel back in time with a trip inside the Iowa's News Now vault.
This is Miller Cave near Luena. It has a vertical drop of 100 feet, is said to be the deepest cave in Iowa, and draws those interested in rocks. The Grinnell group spent yesterday exploring it.
They've been down there before. 3 of them have been down there before. They're on their own.
Miller Cave is normally dry, but last night's storm caused a torrent of water to pour down the shaft, trapping 4 of the explorers. A special team was called in to rescue the 4, but it was not accomplished until 6 hours after the group originally started to leave the cave.
Falling water caused a lot of problem in communication. Once that rain, water started running down and the splashing, they couldn't hear and couldn't communicate.
Kathy McCluskey, an assistant professor of physical education and geology and leader of the Grinnell group, and Mike Price, a member of the college's computer services division, were dead by the time their bodies were pulled out of the cave. They died of hypothermia. The other 2 students received only minor injuries. Janet Sims, 2 Action News, Luena.
For much of this day, gray clouds moved slowly over the close-knit campus here at Grinnell. Clouds that echoed moods and feelings of staff and students over the loss of Mike Price, a computer science instructor, and Kathy McCluskey, a physical education professor. Kathy led the caving expedition.
I was incredibly shocked. I didn't know what to say. She was my professor when I was a freshman, and I just think that it's a travesty that the college won't adjust to very quickly.
Students on the caving expedition belonged to GORP, the Grinnell Outdoor Recreation Program, a program that offers a wide range of outdoor activities for students throughout the year. Richard Ridgway says the 7-member caving group was well prepared, skilled for its outing. He says the heavy rains surprised the group Saturday night as the expedition was nearing an end. Ridgway says one of the students on the trip described what happened after he escaped the cave through a narrow hole with 2 others and ran for help.
Catherine McCluskey was attempting to help one of our staff members in computer services who may have been stuck on the rope, couldn't go up or down while the water was coming down on him. And she herself became lodged, was not able to go up or down, and this 40-degree water was pouring down on them in a torrent and apparently sapped their energy, and they succumbed to hypothermia, apparently.
Kathy McCluskey has been taking students here on outdoor trips since she came to the school nearly 12 years ago. Coworkers say safety for Kathy was always a priority.
Anything that Kathy does, she makes a big point of going through all the safety measures and practicing, and so yes, it is a shock. Of course, it's a terrible, terrible shock.
Students, faculty members, and family crowded Grinnell's Herrick Chapel in memory of 12-year faculty member Catherine McCluskey. McCluskey, a veteran cave explorer and expedition leader, was leading a group of 6 from Grinnell College down this cave near Luena. In an apparent attempt to rescue one of them, she drowned in runoff rainwater pouring into the cave.
Kathy was always very, very conscious about safety. And if Kathy saw that someone else was in danger, she would put herself in danger in order to help them. And that's just like her.
The person she was trying to help, staff member Michael Price, died of hypothermia. A similar service like this one was held for him late this afternoon. Leslie Taylor, campus chaplain and former student of McCluskey's, says the 2 deaths has shocked this college of 1,200 students.
What has been the emotion here on campus?
The students are terrified. To be a part of a loss like that is very hard for students and for the faculty as well.
Grinnell's outdoor recreation program, which McCluskey led, will go on.
The program will continue. I'm sure there will be some things done in Kathy's memory, but the program will still continue. I don't see that falling because Kathy's no longer here.
None of the 5 student members on last weekend's fatal outing were injured. However, campus officials say those students will receive counseling and support to help them return to a normal college life here. Daryl Adams, 2 Action News, Grinnell.
The Grinnell Outdoor Recreational Program has had a long history at the college. Its founder, Kathy McCluskey, has taken many students on skiing, rock climbing, caving, and kayaking expeditions.
The person has an obsession for safety, and I think if you'll ask anyone, you would find that she has that that reputation.
Grinnell College officials say this is the end of their investigation into the accident. They say McCluskey knew the forecast but believe she used her best judgment in deciding to continue the expedition. The Miller Cave expedition ended tragically. According to Tiedemann, this is the official version of what happened after the group began ascending because water was dripping down into the passage. The first student, David Ellen, reached the top about 6 p.m. Then the other two students came out about a half hour apart. By this time, a torrent of water was entering the cave opening. Communication became difficult because water entering the cave made a lot of noise bouncing off the wall. Matthew Stone, the fourth student, began his ascent but decided not to go because he was so cold, and instead Mike Price decided to go up. A few minutes after he began his ascent, they knew he was in trouble.
They said was that they could hear him screaming for about 40 minutes.
Kathy then began her ascent to help, but by this time so much water was pouring into the cave that those at the top couldn't go down to help them.
I certainly don't think that was a displaying any bad judgment on their part. It was simply they're not realizing how bad the situation was until they were too far up the chute to do anything about it.
Price died of hypothermia on one of the ropes 60 feet from the bottom, and McCluskey is believed to have drowned 40 feet below him. The Allen-McKee Sheriff's Office say their investigation continues, and deputies will be on the scene tomorrow. In Grinnell, Janet Sims for Iowa Tonight.